It's that time of the week again, ladies and gentlemen. The show that brings you everything you need to keep you off your newsfeed for the next few hours. Joining me to give you everything you need to know, Sean Carroll.
Thank you, Bilal. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Bit cold, but good.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty big show, isn't it?
It's going to be a big one. Like always, it's got a jam-packed show full of everything to keep you off your newsfeed.
We've got a couple of things to look forward to.
We do.
We've got a 4-man weave package coming up later as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for now, let's get into news.
Exactly right.
Yeah. North Korea cancels peace talks with the South that were scheduled for later today. The talks between the two Koreas were suspended after the North called ongoing military exercises between the US and South Korea, quote, provocative military ruckus, end quote. These developments come following the two leaders, Kim Jong-un and Moon Jae-in, formally crossing the border into the other state on April 27th this year. This was the first time that one of the Korean leaders crossed the border since before the war. North Korea are also threatening to cancel the upcoming summit with the US. The US said that they were unaware of any threats to cancel. The meeting is set for June 12th in Singapore. Prosecutors in Cardinal George Pell's case have called for a complete ban on media reporting of the proceedings until the beginning of the trial. This development comes after a county court staff member was caught looking up sensitive information about the case. The trial date is to be announced today. Israeli troops have shot numerous Palestinians on the Gaza border yesterday as the United States opened their embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. Palestinian health ministry officials said at least 58 people were killed and more than 2,700 injured from gunfire, tear gas, or other means. The Israeli military defended their actions, saying that they were responding to violence from protesters. US President Trump, fulfilling an election promise of opening the embassy, defended this move in a recorded message saying that he remained committed to peace between Israel and the Palestinians. Former Prime Minister Tony Abbott suggested that Australia follows the US lead and move our embassy from Tel Aviv. Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull said that this would not be happening. Prime Minister Turnbull and his government has faced another set of negative opinion polls, failing to gain any traction from his federal budget and its $140 billion tax cuts. The polls from Newspoll and Ipsos have now grown into the 32nd consecutive against his government, still rolling following the magic number of 30 for which Turnbull used as ammunition against his former leader Tony Abbott, who had amassed the same number in 2015. On the 25th of May, Ireland will be holding a referendum on the 8th Amendment in their constitution, which will decide whether its citizens are legally allowed to have abortions. The amendment in question was introduced in 1983 as 66.7% of the voting population voted in favour of the church-backed yes vote. There have been two referendums since then, 1992 and 2002, both resulting in no major changes to the amendment. Each year, over 3,500 women travel from Ireland to Great Britain for a termination, per The Economist. Facebook has revealed that they took moderation action against almost 1.5 billion accounts and posts which violated its community standards in the first 3 months of this year. They said that the overwhelming majority of action was against spam posts and fake accounts. Richard Allen, Facebook's Vice President of Public Policy for Europe, the Middle East and Africa, said, quote, "This is the start of the journey and not the end of the journey, and we're trying to be as open as we can," end quote. This all comes after the company has been in the news in the past few years regarding fake news, political propaganda and data mining, particularly around the 2016 US presidential election. American clothing retailer Gap has apologized for releasing a controversial shirt that shows an incorrect map of China. The shirt, being sold in Canada, has a silhouette of China with the word China above it. It has caused controversy because the silhouette doesn't include Chinese claimed territories, including Taiwan, islands in the South China Sea, and South Tibet. In the apology from Gap, they said that they and the brand respects China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Thomas Markle, father of soon-to-be Princess Meghan Markle and punching bag for the British media, told TMZ that he will not be attending his daughter's royal wedding in Windsor this Saturday. He has planned open heart surgery around the date of the wedding and will be staying out of London and not able to attend. After he said he will not be attending, he then said he still wishes to walk his daughter down the aisle, saying, quote, "This is a historical moment, I'd like to be part of history," end quote. There will be more in-depth coverage of this issue in the entertainment segment of today's show. And now we head to my lovely assistant Bilal with the sport news.
Assistant. All right. Manchester City have become the first side to reach 100 points in Premier League history, securing the feat with the last kick of their season through a Gabriel Jesus goal in the 95th minute of their clash against Southampton. Mohamed Salah has piled on the awards in the last week, adding the Football Writers Player of the Year and the Premier League Golden Boot to his season's collection. The Socceroos squad for the World Cup warm-up games has been released, with Jamie McLaren and Bailey Wright missing out, despite impressing for their clubs this season. McLaren has scored a hat-trick in Hibs' 5-all draw with Rangers this past weekend, but it was not enough to merit a place in the squad. Ed and Charlie Curnow have both successfully challenged charges of intentional umpire contact at the tribunal on Tuesday evening and will be available for Carlton's round 9 clash against Melbourne at the MCG. Back to you, Sean.
I think we've got some weather with Kelsey, do we?
We do have weather with Kelsey, and she's somewhere out in the field. Kelsey, can you hear us? So we've lost Kelsey for the time being, but she is somewhere out in the field. I think she's trying to find the correct setting.
Oh, we can definitely vouch that it's cold.
Yeah, it is very, very cold. It's very brave of her to be out in the field.
I couldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it. I'm nice and warm and snug in here.
Yeah, it does get pretty warm in here.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you come in wearing all the jackets and the scarves and the
they all come
jumpers,
off.
and they all come off.
But we do have a story on multiculturalism that we can show you right now.
I sat down with 2017's Australian Muslim Youth of the Year, Oussama Abou-Zeid, to discuss growing up in Australia, being the son of 2 migrants, and how it has affected his life for better or worse.
So I've faced a couple of issues or problems, but say post 9/11. Obviously, my name's Oussama. Having shared the same name as Osama bin Laden, I literally told everyone just to call me Sam. And like when he moved to Geelong, in my school where I was the only Lebanese kid in the school, I literally told my mum, please just put Sam just on the roll, and all my application forms just put Sam so I don't get these questions. But it wasn't until I moved back to Alto North where I really accepted my name. So Oussama means lion in Arabic. So, and I was named after one of the greatest youth leaders of the Prophet's time. So I really accepted the name and really owned it. So you got to take ownership over it. And yeah, they might bring it up here and there, but really it's just a name. So that's literally been my biggest challenge. But yeah, we've persevered and we move on. I'm now super proud of my name. I actually cringe when people call me Sam, because it just reminds me of the time back in the days. Having migrant parents, I think it's been a struggle for a lot of the people in the community with their identity. They don't know where they stand, whether they're Australian or they're Lebanese. And when you add the faith aspect into all that as well, so they're Muslim, Lebanese, Australian. So just try to juggle these 3 identities, where majority of the population just need to juggle one of them. So just juggling all 3 really it does put a burden, or it does make it difficult for kids that don't have that confidence to believe in their faith or to practice their cultures and traditions. So I think it has been a struggle, but you got to back yourself. You got to be confident. You got to see the good that culture does bring to the country. Just in our school, which you attended with me, Shahal, there was over 67 different nationalities in the actual school, and you'd remember that the Australians would sit together, on recess and lunch, the Lebanese, the Sudanese, the Asians. But whereas in the classroom it was all good fun, good banter. So Australia's a very, very diverse country, which makes it one of the most livable countries in the world. And we've been very, very lucky. The reason why I chose this path was probably due to my parents. So my parents have been heavily involved in the community, with my dad being on the committee at the mosque, and I see the work that he does and the work they do to really get the community together And then there's some things that I believe needed changing, so you just get with a group of good guys and you just make things work, I guess, whether it'll be organising a footy tournament or a table tennis tournament or even just a lunch, just try to increase that camaraderie within the community. So that's my ultimate goal, is to just bring people together.
This has been Sahil Abdo reporting for Charlie's Update.
And thanks for that story. And La Trobe University is home to many international students from all over the world. And to help them adjust to life in Australia and life at uni, we've got our very own International Students Association, or ISA, and providing many assistance to them. And today we're joined by President Yankee and Vice President Jose. So welcome, guys. How are you?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, pretty good. So thanks for joining us in studio. Just firstly, tell us a bit more details about the ISA.
So ISA, we are the International Students Association, so we have a lot of events, and we have... Jose, you want to introduce more about that?
Yeah, so pretty much what we do, based on events, seminars, conversations clubs, we support students to avoiding the feeling of homesick if they feel like, all right, I'm just struggling at uni, I'm not very sure what I'm doing here, I miss home, miss my family. So what we provide is a very open environment for students to share with other international students who might feel the same, and also to share with the local community, which is pretty much what we do.
Exactly.
Brilliant. How many different nationalities can you name who have helped or who you've helped and assisted over the years?
Well, there's quite a lot actually.
Yeah. Just
Like
ballpark figure.
like the main body with like China, Indians, like Pakistan, it's like Bangladesh. Yeah, and
I
there's
think to start with, I think we can talk about our committee, because in our committee we are from China, I'm from South America. We have one girl, she's Middle Eastern, but she was raised in Japan.
Oh, wow.
And we have one committee from India. The other one is from Sri Lanka. No, she's from Bangladesh.
Yeah, Bangladesh and
Bangladesh.
Singapore.
Yeah, in Singapore. So we are very, very international just in the committee.
Yeah.
That way we can engage more students from different nationalities. I think,
And Jose, you spoke on it before, but what sort of assistance do you offer to all the students that come to you?
So along the semester, we have different events. We try to cover as much as we can in both semester 1 and semester 2 during the year. But mainly, we have seminars. Sometimes we had last week, 2 weeks before, we had an immigration seminar, which was pretty much to inform international students what they can do when their visas are going to expire, if they're planning to do any postgraduate after they finish the bachelor's or something like that. It was very, very, very good for international students. We also have Conversation Club, which is pretty much short period of time because it's just 1 hour, showing anything from different cultures. I think I did one presentation about my country in one of the conversations clubs, so it's very dynamic, you know.
So, yeah, exactly. It's like each conversation club, we have some different people from different country present their culture.
Yep.
So it's like we make the people it's like in a group, then they teach each other their own language. So yeah, it's a pretty good event. Then as Jose mentioned, we have a lot of seminars. So there's something I want to add on. So like we except the immigration, we also have like a student advocacy seminar and working rights seminar. Also like a superannuation. There's quite a lot. Yeah, we help a student a lot.
Oh, and also the trips, party, free food everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we do for international students and also for local students.
Yeah.
I mean, international students is based to help international students. International Students Association is just too many words. But basically, what we also want to do is engage the international students to feel comfortable in the local community, not just because sometimes we have had some local students saying, "Oh, but this is just for international students, so no, I can't register." And I'm like, "No, it's for everyone. It's for all Latrobians." But that's
Latrobians, I like that.
I know. I mean, Latrobians.
And Yankee, just for people who aren't part of the organization or haven't really gotten in contact with you guys, how can people join? And maybe if they want to ask for help, if they're international students and they're feeling a bit lost, how can they reach you?
So there's a lot of ways. For example, you can come to our office, which is located in the Agura second level, so which is behind the Lodge restaurant. So also you can go to the website, then it's like message us. Also you can email us or just like call our office there. Yeah.
And just finally, I hear you guys have an event on tonight. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So right now we're running the Trobe's Got Talent, and tonight we're gonna have the audition hit 3.
So that's you guys. I've seen your
Yeah.
posters all over the university.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, last year was the first time we did it, and it was extremely successful because at the end we were having people from different nationalities singing and competing, and they were all like, "Whoa!" But the different thing we have this year, we have lots of local students participating as a contestants this year.
But
It's so good.
The crucial question is, has La Trobe got talent?
A lot, man.
Yeah?
We
That was
have,
amazing.
We have had people doing card tricks and magic things.
Really?
Jeez, we were waiting just like normal singing, right, dancing. But we have had people like playing instruments, doing crazy things on stage, and we're like, what? What is this?
We'll
We're
give
good,
Channel
man.
7 a call, maybe they'll pick it up.
Yeah. It's very nice and it's free entry. So
Yeah, they lost Australia's Got Talent, so maybe they'll pick up La Trobe's Got Talent.
yeah, probably. I don't know.
Well, sounds better.
They could be watching us. And
Yeah,
we
we
don't
got
even
a
know
lot
it.
of students who got talent.
Yeah.
They are amazing, super amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Jose, Yankee, thanks for coming.
It's right. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having
No
us.
problem,
Thank
no
you.
problem. All right, Sean, do you know how to do jiu-jitsu?
I don't myself, do you?
Nah, I don't, but I do believe that this next story will show us how. Let's take a look at it.
On Victoria Street in North Melbourne sits a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu academy. It's run by Master Alexandre Santos, black belt and student of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend Helio Sonica and Master Nuri Gomez, a teaching lineage that extends all the way back to Mitsuyo Maeda, the renowned judo master, who originally brought his art to Brazil. Master Santos's academy is open to all.
Jiu-Jitsu is the theory for everyone. I think it makes Jiu-Jitsu different for the other martial arts. You work not just in your feet, but on the ground, the takedowns or the throws. But as soon as you land on the ground, you continue to fight on the ground. That's make a little bit difference.
I was given a rundown of the day's lessons, which consisted of core techniques.
Now we start with some drills to make the people comfortable to pass and guard, to move side to side. Then we went through to pass open guard, we call the toreada, like at the bullfight. You can see when I push the leg to the side, it simulates like the bullfight. Because when you pass the guard, you land on side control. The person on the bottom is going to recover his guard. Then we work that recovery. I showed 2 options a day. One you recover, straight away in your guard. Another one, you're going to turn belly down and you work a half guard.
Master Santos then described the stages of learning he uses with his students.
Sparring is the third part of the technique to learning. The first way to learn is a visual. When I show the technique for the student is going to visualize, but the sparring to learn more the real situation. You're going to get the right timing. And the sparring is really important in Jiu-Jitsu. Just a tap and you're going to restart.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a practical art of self-defense, and its most important teaching is control.
Self-defense is like everything. Jiu-Jitsu is already, in itself is already self-defense. The first thing you do into self-defense is to know how to control yourself in any situation. It's not to be here on the street, to try go through. If you see someone fight, go there to try use the stuff but something you're gonna know for yourself, and if you one day you really need to use, put yourself on the right situation for anything. And the first thing to do in martial art is to know how to control yourself. If you lose the control in the situation, then you can be in real trouble.
Kristen Smith, Charlie's Update.
And welcome back to Charlie's Update. My name's Kelsey.
I'm Lauren, and we're here for entertainment.
Yes, this is my favourite part of the show every week.
Welcome to entertainment. We
Yes,
kicked Sean out
thank
this
you.
week.
Yeah, kicked Sean out. I'm now in. We've scrapped Sean's reviews and we've got my
Look, we
segment.
might bring you back eventually, but
No, I'm taking over. Sorry.
well, let's just start right in it. So,
Yeah.
entertainment news, wedding news.
Yes, I've heard about
Weddings
this.
this week. Everyone get a bit excited.
Yes.
But without the wedding, there's a bit of family drama.
Of course. What's a wedding without family drama, hey?
So the father of the bride, Thomas Markle, He's been in the news quite a bit lately. He had the paparazzi photos
Yes,
that
yes.
he kind of set up himself. And apparently, he's pulled out of the wedding. Yesterday. It was great fun. Good. He's not going to walk it down the aisle anymore, so that's all up in the air. And it's because he's had chest pains because of the stress of the photos. I was like, well, it's all just seeming very convenient.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if he's having genuine chest pains, then like take care for yourself. Like that's fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all kind of falling into a weird order right now.
Even her sister, Samantha Markle, she has been in the news as well. She's been in the news for about 2 years about Meghan Markle.
Yeah, you were telling me about this earlier in the week, and you were all over this.
So she was on Good Morning Britain on Tuesday.
Yes.
And she was backing her father, saying, yeah, he's out of the wedding because of heart pains. He's going to get that fixed during the day, and it's fine. And then the host, Piers Morgan, said during the interview, there's no bigger media vulture than you. You've trashed her for 2 years, you little vulture.
Wow, that's just, it's so brutal. And especially for it being on air. It's like, yeah.
Well, I must point out that Samantha is the estranged half-sister.
Yes,
So she's,
yes.
at this point, we're all just thinking she's trying to get her 2 seconds of fame. And she's been trying for 2 years. She changed her last name from Grant back to Markle. And she dyed her blonde hair brown.
So she would look more like her sister, yeah.
Yeah.
Also very convenient for her.
Very. She's trying to, get every little sentence. And Piers Morgan, he also said that, she's been doing this for 2 years and then she's getting so much money from doing it. It's benefiting her being related.
Yeah, and, I would totally understand why Meghan Markle would just be, furious at the moment. I'm sure that it's driving her insane.
He pulled out because he didn't want to embarrass her anymore, but it's all so convenient.
Yeah.
It's all so convenient. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just move on.
Yes.
Because he's pulled out, there's a few new candidates to walk her down the aisle. So we've got Prince William, Prince Charles, or her mother, Dora Ragland.
I would pick mum. I think it's often a traditional role for the dad, but I know a lot of weddings, if the dad is unavailable or can't make it or anything like that, you would usually have the mother walk you down the aisle.
With the mum anyway.
Well, that's right. So I would pick my mum, but it's up to Meghan and the royal family. So we'll see.
Such big drama.
I know.
Anyway, we'll move on. I think everyone's probably sick of hearing about it. So Margaret Kinner, who played Lois Lane, the original Superman series, she died yesterday. She was 69.
Yeah, so sad. I always loved that show. So
it was a great movie, honestly.
Yeah.
Reporters say that she died peacefully in her sleep, so that's good. But
it's very sad.
An actress legend.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people would have seen her in that film, and everyone knows Superman. So the Lois Lane character is huge. So yeah, very sad.
Staying on the superhero though, Deadpool.
Yes.
Comes out today.
Yes, I am so excited.
Oh, I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Yes.
And I have high hopes because the first one had me in hysterics.
Yeah. I really loved the first one.
Ryan Reynolds.
He's so brilliant. Yeah,
he's a bit gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, he can sing, he can dance. Okay, I don't know what happened. Everyone had such high hopes for Jess Mowboy and Australia, but I mean, we got the lowest public
20th.
vote. Yeah,
20th.
That is the lowest public vote you can get.
Goddamn. So the winner was Netta Brasilia from Israel.
Yes.
And she conquered the competition with her song Troy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was something else.
It's an interesting song, but I mean, it's very poppy, and a lot of the songs that come out of down to the very last votes. So it was very competitive and very close. But
congratulations to them.
But yes, absolutely,
I just got shocked by the result.
Yeah. Now look, since we got rid of Sean, I do just want to go into my new segment called Kelsey's Recommendations. So this week, I am going to recommend my top 5 Netflix series. Now, the reason we have picked that is because in a couple of minutes, we will also have the director of the Melbourne Web Festival, which is...
Oh, we do too.
Yes, this is happening in a few months' time. So we're going to have him on air with us soon. But I really wanted to show everyone what my favourite Netflix series are at the moment. There is one film in there at the moment, but that's okay because I really enjoyed that too.
Yep.
So, if we'll start on number 1. So, number 1 for me Yes, there's my intro. Brilliant intro there. Kelsey's
Good
top
work,
5
Kelsey, good work.
Netflix original series. All right, so number 1 for me is Atypical. Now, I don't know whether you've seen this.
I haven't seen it, no.
But Atypical, I watched only about a month ago. And I was procrastinating from doing homework, and I stumbled across this series. And it's so comical, but it touches on such important social norms and such an important topic at the moment, I think. It's all about a teenager who has autism, and his therapist tells him he should go out and date. And so it explores his life, trying to find someone, but then also his family and his friends' impact on that. So obviously his mum is very protective of him, and so it's all about her development, and I really loved it. It's something that will get you hooked, and I just cannot recommend this one enough. But these 5 are in no particular order because I do love them all.
Is this your 5th pick? Okay, keep
yes,
going.
but Atypical is very high. Okay, next up is Nailed It. It's a mock cooking show. So they get amateur cooks to make something, and then a lot of them, all of them fail. It is a mock show though, so it is meant to be fake, but it is so funny. You should definitely be watching it.
Oh my gosh.
It's just because it makes so much fun of the other ones that you see on TV at the moment.
The MasterChef and My Kitchen Rules.
Yeah. And it's just, I relate to it because I can look at a recipe photo and be like, yeah, I'm going to make that. And then
every time I cook.
It just never happens. It's always so bad.
It's like when you're trying to make a cake and you're like, oh, I'm going to make it look like a cat, and it comes out looking like a pigeon or something. It's ridiculous.
Next up is To the Bone. Now, this is the film one I picked. To the Bone is all about a girl who suffers from anorexia. Now, this one actually got a lot of backlash when it came out because people felt that it was normalizing anorexia and making it appealing. I don't know about that. I found it really interesting from a non-sufferer's point of view, but obviously I would understand if people are offended by it, then they're offended by it. But I found it really enlightening and really interesting. It's sad. It takes you on an emotional roller coaster, but I really recommend it. It was really good. The relationship the girl has with her sister, that really touched with me because I have a sister. But yeah, it was just really, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It was very emotional. Yeah. And then now we also have The End of the Effing World. Now, I only watched this a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
A friend recommended it, and it was crazy. It is so unexpected, the amount of cliffhangers. It's just,
I love a good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So, go on.
I remember messaging my friend in the last episode being like, what is going on? It's so crazy. It's about a 17-year-old who thinks he's a psychopath. And then, it's about his adventure with a new friend, trying to work out whether he is actually a psychopath. And as random as that sounds, it's so funny.
That's so out there, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. And I really like the cinematography in it and everything. I found it really interesting and funny. And as you can see, yes, the car blows up, and that is one of the funniest scenes. I loved that.
It looks very serious from what I can see, but
yes. And now the final one for me, Gilmore Girls.
The
remake of Gilmore Girls. So I remember when this was coming out, and I watched all of it.
Yep.
And then this, when this came out, I was ready to go for it.
This is 4 seasons.
Yes. Oh, and it's so just gut-wrenching. But if you haven't seen the original Gilmore Girls, go and watch it.
Love it.
Love Gilmore Girls. On the weekend, I was watching this, and I really want to go back and watch it all again.
We're going to watch it again.
Yes.
I think we're going to have a Skype call.
Yes, we are. So we do have Steinar from Melbourne Web Festival. He's the director. He's going to talk all about Melbourne Web Fest. And if we've got him here. Steinar, are you there? It's just going through now. So we do have the director of the festival, Steinar Ellingsen, here. Steinar, are you there?
I am here.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for talking to us today.
So, Steinar, can you just tell us a little bit about Melbourne Web Fest? What is it? What is going on?
What is going on? Melbourne Web Fest is Australia's international web series festival, and it's happening at the end of June, start of July, from the 28th of June to the 1st of July, and it'll be the 6th time that we have Melbourne Web Fest.
How did it start?
That's a long story, but the short version is that I went overseas to LA with a web series that I'd made back in 2012, and just discovered that there was a huge community of content makers that were sort of gathering overseas, and I met all these Australian people over there who were making web series at the time, and that I didn't know before I went over there. So it just kind of made sense that we had to do something similar in Australia to grow our own little corner of the industry over here, rather than having to travel half the world away to meet. So that was really the short version as to how it came to be. But yeah, it has grown a bit since then. So that's,
it really has. It really has. And I know firsthand, as I am an intern at Melbourne WebFest. And I do just want to talk about the internship program. I know a lot of the media students here at La Trobe did hear about this when it all started for the year. But yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about the internship program and why you choose La Trobe students?
Yeah, so I mean, La Trobe has been one of the organisations that have supported Melbourne WebFest since the very beginning. So La Trobe has been a partner of Melbourne WebFest since 2013, and we're still in that partnership. So part of the partnership is that we run an internship that's exclusively available to La Trobe students, and you know, having or being a former employee of that fine institution myself, I know the quality of the students that we're going to get from there, and know that it's a safe bet, so to speak, because there's a lot of jobs that we need doing, and I suppose that's the crux of this internship is really that the people that we bring on are coming on board to really work with us. They're not there to get coffees. They're really an integral part of how we run the festival, and all the content that's being made, all the communications that's happening is all run with our interns, obviously under the supervision of the board. But I think that's one of the kind of the standout features of the internship, is that you really get a lot of real world experience through it. And you get, when the festival comes around, great networking opportunities.
Yes, I can't wait for the festival.
Oh, neither can I. The main event of the festival, what will be happening over the 4 days?
Well, we've got our program launch tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and we'll be sitting in the chairs that you're sitting in at the moment. Launch. So we'll announce all the details and the who's who and what's what then. But I can say that it will be similar to previous years. We're gonna have a really exciting professional development program, which will happen at La Trobe in the city on Collins Street. So we'll have a range of different workshops there from both local and international people and experts from the industry. We'll have a keynote with Julie Kalsef on opening night, which Julie was the creator of a web series called Starting From Now, which is one of the longest running and I suppose most popular web series to ever be made in Australia. They ran for 5 seasons, eventually got picked up by SBS. They've had more than 70 million views over those 5 seasons. So Julie is someone who's actually really built a career from really starting off on the DIY super independent sort of start. She's really starting to build a career, and not just for herself, but from other people as well that were involved in the series. So that'll be really exciting to hear what she's got to say. We'll have a bigger screening program than ever. We'll announce all the series and all the award nominations tomorrow night, but it is our biggest selection yet.
And sorry, yes, just on tomorrow night, we are announcing all the series that have made it in. So definitely jump on the website, everyone who's watching right now.
Oh, definitely.
And yeah, you'll get to actually watch the program launch. I wish we had more time to hear more about the festival. But yeah, unfortunately, we have run out of time. And again, yes, jump on the website, have a look at the program launch tomorrow night from 7 p.m.
And get around the festival.
Yes, and get around the festival. You can buy tickets, you can come to the workshops, you can watch the screenings. It's going to be so much fun. You can come and say hi to me. I'll be there. But thank you so much, Steinar.
No worries. And be on the lookout for the details for the pitching competition, where you can pitch live at the festival and go into development for a short form series with the ABC.
Yeah, so again, if anyone has any pitching ideas, jump on the website, have a look, go to the festival, everything. Thank you again, Steinar. And
no worries.
Good luck for the program launch tomorrow night.
You too.
Yes,
thanks so much. Excellent.
Yeah.
I want to get around. I'll come say hi to you.
Yes, please. It's going to be such a good event. I'm so excited. Yeah, and I believe we have another story coming up.
Yeah, the futsal story, because we've got the four-man weave coming up right after this. So let's get around this futsal story we've got going.
Hey, I'm Bilal. By day, I'm a pundit. By night, I like to play a bit of futsal. Wow. Today I'm going to be trying to stop some of those shots. I'm going to be jumping in goals, and this might get comical. Or it might be good, you never know. Let's go and see. Alright, this is voiceover Bilal. I'm going to be running you through most of this video because, quite frankly, most of it needs explaining. Like, what on earth am I doing here? This poor, pathetic excuse for a stretch. And yeah, it just gets worse, really. This doesn't reflect very well, and here, honestly, I wasn't sure if we were stretching or doing the Vince McMahon walk from WWE. Here we're doing penalty shootouts with my fellow goalkeeper, and yeah, I looked pretty good taking these shots, but yeah, let's be honest, they were from 5 meters out. Here I am practicing my throws and my chin-ups while I wait to be used. And here I make a save. Quite unconvincing because I still needed my teammate to help me out, and here I'm just standing around really waiting for something to happen. I feel like goalkeepers do a lot of that. Unfortunately, here I can see the goal and it's my time to go. But then I'm back, and when it's my turn to face the penalties, yep, you guessed it, I don't save any of them. After I was off again, I was on the outside looking in, watching this great side train, and I had to keep myself motivated. Got a new catchphrase. I'm on soon. And I was back on, to face the Andre Caro challenge. Now Andre Caro is one of the best players Victorian futsal has ever seen. And let's be honest, I didn't give myself much of a chance going into this one. But it turns out, I'm not quite as bad as I thought I was. Let's take a look at what happens. Andre Caro challenge. Been on many a sports page, had thousands of views. How many did I say? 3 or 4? Oh, 3. It's 3 or 2.
He saved 3.
Yeah.
I scored 2, so he won.
I won the Andre Caro challenge. You hear that, guys? Alright. That's it. So listen. Today I have mastered the art of goalkeeping. My coach Greg over here will agree. So next time maybe I'll come out. I'll try coaching. Alright. See you guys. I'm gonna go die now.
Well, here we are. Welcome to the segment we've all been waiting for. The segment dubbed the funniest part to come out of the La Trobe Media Hub. But yeah, let's just get into the intro right away.
The four-man weave.
Four-man weave.
Yeah. It's the big delicious wishbone. Yo, check my mixtape, it's a mistake. Nah, never never need to take another take, never hesitate. You know what's on your plate, in a plate, you know I need to face consequences. I'm about to spit it like quinces. I'm eating and I'm mincing. I could do it and I ain't need distance. Nah, I don't know what I'm saying.
Just beautiful intro there, and that song again by Nicodemus Milwin off his Big Delicious mixtape. Now, Bilal, we have a guest.
We do have a guest. It's Mr. Joel Fruci, the senior editor of the Daily Football Show website. How are you, Joel?
Good, Bilal. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. And look, we're going to get into it straight away. Look, at the start of the season, you and I did an article. We predicted the Premier League table, and look, you wanted us to go with Man City finishing 4th. All right. Manchester City have accumulated 100 points this season, and not only that, they've won the league by 19 points. Joel Fruci, what do you have to say for yourself?
I was wrong, clearly. Yeah, I think that's about the be-all and end of all of it. But, yeah, look, they were incredible. I think I actually had your boys, Bilal, finishing top in...
you did. You had United top. Don't know what you were thinking.
I think the reason for that was I really liked the idea of Jose Mourinho coming up against Pep Guardiola, and I had a lot of faith in him to really stifle that style when they came up against each other. So I think that was the motivation. But look, Pep Guardiola certainly proved me wrong in the best possible way, as the records just tumbled by the wayside.
Yeah, exactly right. You also had a couple of questionable predictions down the bottom end of the table as well. I had Swansea going down, but I'm gonna keep quiet about that. I did successfully predict City winning the title and United finishing second, so I thought I'd just throw that in your face really quickly before we move on. Throughout the Premier League season, obviously a few turning points. What were some of the turning points for you that you think really defined the season?
Yeah, there were a few. I think certainly when we look at the previous champions in Chelsea, I think there were some there. Obviously, there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, or so we think. Something just went wrong there for them, which was a real surprise. I wasn't quite expecting that. So that was one. I think Arsene Wenger was resigning as well, although it wasn't really season defining, so to speak. I think it was certainly a watershed moment for both Arsenal and the Premier League, in that I've never really known Arsenal or the Premier League without Arsene Wenger. So for me, that was probably the biggest moment of the Premier League season, without doubt, even though, as I say, it wasn't necessarily a moment that changed the season, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I think Swansea getting rid of their manager could have been a season-defining moment, but you have to hand it to Crystal Palace to have faith to not to have faith, but to make that move to get rid of their manager after just 4 games. That was absolutely crucial in defining their season. Just quickly before we let you go, a few predictions for the transfer market and managers who will go where?
Oh, good question. I think we'll see some of the teams down the bottom, like a Huddersfield or a Brighton. I think maybe we might see them picking up some more talent, some more expensive talent, given that they have stayed up. And speaking of relegated sides as well, I think if we look at certainly a team like Stoke City, they were certainly probably the most stacked relegated side in terms of talent. So I think we'll see guys like Xherdan Shaqiri move back to the Premier League. And if you look at the top, I can only see the likes of United and City improving even more. And it's interesting as well, because of course we've got Arsenal looking for a new coach, and there's a few contenders there. Thomas Tuchel's gone to PSG, so we could certainly rule him out of going to Arsenal. I like Diego Simeone actually as a contender for Arsenal. Whether he leaves Atletico Madrid in Spain, we don't quite know. But look, I think he's exactly what Arsenal needs. Sort of just a bit of tough love, a bit of realism, just to sort of set them back on the right track and do what they have to do to get back up the top.
Yeah, I would love Simeone at Arsenal as well, but he is very dedicated to the project at Atletico Madrid. Even though I personally feel there isn't much more to achieve over there, because they're on a steady decline, aren't they? Be on the lookout for Manchester United signing Gareth Bale from Real Madrid. Just a quiet one there.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah, Joel Fruci, thanks so much for your time, man. You've been great as usual.
Pleasure, mate. Speak to you soon.
Cheers. All right, boys, let's talk some NBA.
Yeah, let's. What game do you want to start on?
Oh, I'd love to start with the Warriors. You know me.
Of course we would. Look at this.
Yeah, we can't imagine. We didn't even plan it.
Just completely shut down Houston. Unexpected. But
yeah, Houston fought the whole season to get that number one seed for the home court advantage, and the Warriors just
showed up in their place and dominated. KD again took over. You know what KD can do. So with his 37 points.
Of 27 shots.
27 shots, exactly. So efficient. It makes it hard for the Rockets to not only come back in the first game, but now come back in the series and try to take 4.
And yeah, Golden State stole the first game, and it was just both teams play with just a beautiful ball movement. But James Harden, he had 41 points off 24 shots, but it's just way too many ISOs for a team that loves to move the ball and pass to the open man. He was just getting a switch and then ISOing it and holding the ball for 15 seconds and just taking a desperation shot.
But you had Harden. Like, you know what I mean? You see Harden with the ball in hand, you'd expect him to do something.
Exactly, use Harden.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't think the coach came out and said, "Oh, Harden, take all the shots." I think it was the off-ball defense from the Warriors is one of the best in the league.
Yeah,
something that's overlooked.
CP got a bit of a stage fright too.
Yeah.
That's just always going to happen. It's Chris
As
Paul. It's in
always,
his DNA.
as usual, huh?
Exactly.
It's
It's
his
his
first
time in
conference finals. Yeah, jinx.
This show just hit a new low.
Because of your Skype call? Or?
Hey, come on, man. Come on. All right, look. We've had the Golden State loving. Boston Celtics are up now against the Cleveland Cavaliers by 6 points. Only 4 minutes remaining.
Wow.
What's
What's
going on?
What's going on
King
is
LeBron?
that we're
LeBron
here
talk.
talking about previous games when we should be watching that game. But LeBron, I'm not sure what's happening with him. That's why the Celtics fought all year for the home court advantage. Obviously, it's a very powerful thing. They kept LeBron in the first game to just 15 points. He was on 31%.
15 shots.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
barely-
So
Not his sufficient self.
and once you cut the head of the snake, the rest of the body falls. So the Cleveland Cavaliers had
You
nothing
saw
to
the
show.
meme of Jason Tatum and LeBron when he was younger. He took a photo of him and they switched up the heads.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Strange thing is LeBron's actually closing in on triple-double in this game. He's got 40 points, believe it or not, 12 assists and 9 rebounds now. So just one more rebound to hit that triple-double, and yet the Cavs still losing.
Yeah, but LeBron's always going to come out and have a big game too. And it's this game refereed by Monty McCutcheon. Cleveland with LeBron on the team has won 17 out of their last 18 games when he's been the ref. So
So you
you can
expecting
see
him to
the
turn the game
NBA
around now?
The NBA is sort of just like saying, all right, let's make it a bit of a series. Let's give him the ref that he likes.
Try to make some money off it.
What was he got? He's got 10 free throws. You know, I had the over/under set at 25.5, but.
Ooh.
Look, it's not unheard of.
No, I don't like to go into the referees and why this player does what he does. But
You've got a conscience.
Yeah, I've got a conscience. So
you've got a sound mind.
You can't take it away from LeBron anyway. He's 40 points in a game where he's supposed to get absolutely torn to shreds, especially with the last game. They already set the tone, Boston Celtics especially.
Celtics is such a good defensive team, and obviously Marcus Morris came out saying that he's the best player defending LeBron other than Kawhi Leonard. So
What would LeBron's mindset be like though? He walks out of that game, he's hit 40 points. He might as well just get a triple double now, just one more rebound as we said, and the sides still lose. What does he think now walking into that dressing room?
Based on previous press conferences he has after these big games, he'll come out and say, he's not worried.
Yeah.
So he's the best player in the world.
He's
Just
been
give
there and done it,
give him some time. And
Be 2-0 now though.
He was down 3-1 in the
3 minutes
NBA
44
Finals.
to go. Up by 8.
Yeah, anything can happen. They can manipulate the timeouts, and we'll see if the referee pulls something out now.
Well, fellas, what did we try this week?
Oh, we tried some billiards. Awesome pool.
Pool. Well, I think it was pool, but let's hit that story now.
Oh my God!
Today on we're trying pool.
What?
No, that's not.
Pow.
There is no hole. It's a camera.
Bro, what are you doing?
Hello, how you doing? We're the 4-man weave. Today on we tried some billiards.
Or pool.
Or pool. We look like 5 seconds of summer.
Practice.
This is for real.
What? Nah, that's just.
You said before.
Look, I've got my eyes. Are you sure?
Got the black ball in. Come on!
That's it, guys.
We won, boys.
Well, that was the only way we're going to win anyway.
Next game, let's go. Now.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We're never doing an intro, bro.
Me and Sue's lost on the back ball.
life.
I got it in, but ball went out. What's the rule on that?
That's gross.
That's a good shot, man. That's an elbow.
Can't believe you touched
Let's go.
Alright, good game.
And that's how you don't play ball. We won twice.
And that's the key.
And I got balls in.
Well, no, they lost twice, but
I got balls in holes.
We won because we got the black ball in. Apparently that's how you play billiards.
That is how you play, isn't it?
Pool.
Billiards. What's
I
the
can't
difference between billiards?
I don't know.
Search it up. I have it down to the screen. The difference between billiards and pool.
No, you don't.
No, he will. He's editing.
But you're not going to do it.
Watch. The difference between what's it called billiards and pool.
Yeah, right here where there won't be anything.
Use my promo code Sean,
Sean, and you get a free table.
20% off checkout.
Use Bilal and
Next
you'll get
order.
lots of sticks.
This can't be the outro.
It's the intro.
And joining us here is Jacob Joyberry. Welcome from the Journalism, Media, Arts and Communication Society.
Yeah, Jacob Joyberry. Happy times ahead.
Always happy. You know? Barry's always happy.
That name, very, very interesting name.
Yeah.
How did it come about?
Well, my grandmother decided to make the name up.
Ah, wow.
She did.
Your grandma's very creative.
She is. She's got a great imagination. So yeah, she made the name up. My mother had me, and I'm the first one in the world. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
That's it. The first Jacob Joyberry, JJ.
Yeah, pretty
JJB.
much. JJB, yeah.
All right, let's get into the serious stuff.
Sure.
So you are part of the Journalism, Media, Arts and Communication Society at Trobe.
Yep.
And you guys are continually growing, and it's obviously great to see so many people interested. So just tell us a bit about yourselves.
Yeah, sure. So I'm the events manager this year, along with Lakshmi, one of our first years. She's got into it this year. And basically, JMAC, just we go around the university, we hold events with working professionals in journalism. We do the Arts Ball, which we had Peter Hitchener for last year. And we also do JMAC Does Journalism, which anyone in the community can submit to us. There's something to publish somewhere, and we can put it on our social medias and get more exposure for it. And yeah, basically just a place where journalists can come together and be journalists, really. Talk to peers, learn new contacts, and learn stuff what's going on.
So if I write an article, I can just show it to you guys and you guys will share it?
It depends how many Joyberry jokes are in there, but pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so minimum 5?
Minimum 5.
Yeah. Okay,
maximum
we'll
15.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'll have to do that as well. You talked about the Arts Ball, and I heard it's a great thing. And when's the date for that? When's this year's Arts Ball?
The date is pretty much sitting around the same time as last year, so late October. But we've just got to, once we nail things down, we can let you all know. So in the coming weeks, we should have a definite day. So stay tuned for that. It should be great.
And I just want to ask, so as you're aware, obviously some people don't drink alcohol. Is there free mango juice at the Arts Ball this year?
I'm sure as the events manager, I could swing that for you.
Please
do you not drink alcohol?
I don't drink alcohol.
All right, mango juice, done, sorted.
Well, I don't drink mango juice, so will there be alcohol?
There will be alcohol. You're covered.
All right, phew.
All right. Are there any particular disciplines you need to be part of the JMAC Society? Any amount of funny names you need to have?
No, there is no amount of funny names requirements, but it is good if you're interested in journalism. You can be obviously anything. We've got media industries people, we've got PR students, we've got journalism students, sports journalism as well. As long as you just got an interest or anything in the what we're doing, you can come along and make friends.
And how can JMAC help with students to get internships or something after uni and into the work life?
Okay, well, we have a few Facebook pages. We've got the Trobe alumni and as well as university lecturers and tutors here who post on the page being like, okay, there's this coming up in my workplace, or I've heard about this job, and they'll post the thing. And so every few days you'll see at least 1 or 2 different job offers being shown, or internship offers being shown on our web pages on Facebook. So just Journalism, Media and Communication Society. That's pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so thank you, Jacob, for joining us.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
And remember to go check out JMAC on Facebook. And now we've got a story.
I'm going to be on the lookout for that mango juice, by the way.
Do it.
Just letting you know.
I'm not going to be. And now we went on Mother's Day, was of course on Sunday, and we're going to go look what a couple of our members of Charlie's Update got up to on Mother's Day.
Let's look at it.
Here we are in Alexandra Gardens on a very special Sunday. And Rachel, can you tell me why today's so special?
It's Mother's Day and we're here for the Mother's Day Classic, so can you tell us about that?
Well, the Mother's Day Classic is a fun run and walk that raises money and awareness for breast cancer research. And it's been running for 21 years now, and since its first year there's been 1.27 million walkers.
Wow, that's awesome. It's awesome to see so many people here today, mothers, families, children and even their dogs.
A great Sunday morning hosted by Women in Super. Women, families and those who have battled breast cancer join each other in a swarm of pink to raise awareness and to fund more cancer research.
This year, over 30,000 people attended the Melbourne Park to walk, run and enjoy a day for women.
We spoke to some volunteers and fundraisers of the Mother's Day Classic.
It's fabulous. It's amazing. A great cause, because you never know, it could be you one day.
Exactly, 1 in 8 I saw.
There you go, you never know.
1 in 8 women.
You never know.
Opportunity to sort of come and do a community-based thing, and our work sponsors it as well.
I think it's great. Like, it's for a good cause. We hold it very close to us as well.
You can put it down, that's fine.
The Mother's Day Classic marks a morning for many families spent with Mum, appreciating how much they mean to us and how important our health is.
Unfortunately, the survival rate of 5 years once diagnosed is increasing to 90%. So events like these really stand to create hope for the future in research and preventions of cancer affecting those 1 in 8 unfortunate women.
We got to speak with Alana, a volunteer and community ambassador for the event.
So I've been volunteering all morning. My mum's the volunteer coordinator, so we were working in the volunteer check-in and making sure everyone gets to their right places.
And how many years have you been volunteering for?
This is 8 years.
Why? Thank you for joining us on Charlie's Update for Show 6. And anything you'd like to say, Bilal?
No, I just want to say it was a pleasure hosting with you, Sean. The camaraderie is obviously there.
Oh,
from the 4-man weave. We were the 2-man weave for most of this show. Can you do a 2-man weave?
We were.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No,
Let's wrap it up.
You can. Yeah, so remember to follow us on Twitter at @CharliesUpdate_ and tweet at us using the hashtag #CharliesUpdate. And next show, what do we have for next show?
We have lots of stuff.
We have lots of stuff. We've got
like the beer festival.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. And we're going to have a bit of a package with talking about mobile journalism.
Oh, mobile journalism.
Yeah, I think we've all done this
One
class,
of my favourite
so
kinds
we
of
can
journalism.
learn a bit more. It is your favourite kind of journalism, I actually remember you saying that. And any societies throughout Latrobe that would like to come on the show and promote what they're doing with Latrobe, just like our friend Jacob Joyberry did with the JMAC Society. And so thank you for joining us. That'll be next week. Thanks for being updated by Charlie.